Hi everybody, my name is Heavenly and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I am beyond excited. I've been screaming all day. I have been trying not to scream because I didn't want to lose my voice for making this video, but this is like the most awesome moment of my life. So today, in this box, what we have here is my first ever San Diego, hold on, let's just pour this all out here. My first ever San Diego Comic-Con Monster High doll. And not only is she my first San Diego Comic-Con Monster High doll, but of course she is Draculaura, who was my first Monster High doll in general. So she's like one of the most special characters to me. I think she has a special place in everyone's heart, but I just love her. But before I give you a closer look of her box, because it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, she is currently my number one favorite doll out of my whole collection right now. But before I show you her box and her up close, I would like to give a special thank you to Mattel for sending me this doll. I cannot believe that they did that, and I'm still beyond thankful. And yeah, let's just get into opening her because I can't keep her in the box any longer. I need her out. Okay, so before I opened her, I wanted to turn the camera around so I could give you a more detailed and in-depth look at her box. So I'm going to show you the back first. Hold on, I have to turn it around because it's upside down. And it has some pretty cool designs on it. This is inspired by the line. Like, this is supposed to be Chic Frankie, and then this is supposed to be Twyla, and this is supposed to be Jinafire. And then over here, this part of the box opens up, and of course it's got the logo, which, sorry for the glare right there. Here, there we go. That's a little bit better. Which, this logo is an ambigram, which means that it spells the same thing upside down as it does on the other upside down, because there's technically no right side up because both sides are right side up. Isn't that really cool? That is really, really cool. And as for Draculaura herself, okay, sorry about that. I always, for some reason, when I make a video, forget that I have no storage on my phone whatsoever, so I have to delete stuff. Anyways, as I said before, this is like a ambigram, so she can it'd be displayed either way. And then on the back is really where things get cool. I'm gonna flip it over once again because the text is upside down here if you have her facing that way. And look at that artwork. Look at that. That is really, really cool. And her box feels very early Monster High to me. It feels like the boxes that they had like when they first came out. And then on the back, you can see her hanging upside down. And that looks so cool. I'd like to have just like a poster of that on my wall or something if I had wall space, which I don't. There's one more different art piece right here. So each side has a different has different box art on it. And there's also a little bit of text here that you can pause to read if you want. Okay, I am back and she is out of the box. And okay, she looks amazing in the box, don't get me wrong. But out of the box, she just looks she's like breathtaking. She's completely ethereal when you look at her because she just seems unreal. She seems so perfect. Like, I don't think there's another doll that just has that same look where it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm looking at her. She's so pretty. I mean, and it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, just for a minute, it's like, oh my god, and then you get used to her face, and then it's just like, okay, she's there. No, it's like consistently, oh my god, I cannot believe I have this doll. So, I'm going to show some of the interesting things, some of the details about her, go in depth, and give a little bit of a review. So, first off, she has really nice hair, and then her hat has a little, hold on. I really like how her hat has like the bat ears, and then in the back it has a little bow. It's a really nice detail. But my favorite thing about her has got to be easily her face. It's got a lot of different makeup aspects that I like. I like how they chose a darker lipstick. Basically, since there's a lot going on with her makeup, I thought that the choice of going with a darker lipstick shade was really good, since it draws the attention to her lips while still keeping attention to her eyes because of her eyelashes and her darker shade of purple, her irises. And then the eyeshadow being a little bit lighter and the heart blush was also an excellent choice. I really like heart blush. I've noticed this was this for like a couple years now. I first saw it on a Twice album of my own. Nyan had heart-shaped blush, and I thought that was the cutest thing ever, and I've loved it ever since. And I think that's so perfect for this doll, especially for circus-themed makeup. And then her shoes have little hands, which I think is really cool, especially for something that I'm going to show you guys in a minute. There's also little curtains, like a circus, which is really appropriate for a Freak du Chic doll, since the whole Freak du Chic line had a lot of, it was the #1 like shoe mold line of Monster High. They had the most detailed shoe line molds of like any Monster High line. I mean, Gooliope had like little carousel shoes, and then there was Twyla with her stilts, and they were just like super detailed and very, very Twyla. And then there was hold on, give me a minute. It's taking me a minute to Honey Swamp. And Honey Swamp had like, I have her right over there. I'm not sure why I'm talking about her like this, but Honey Swamp had little balloon animals as her shoes. So it's really fitting that her shoes are so detailed. And it's also kind of, I'm pretty sure this is like rocking horse type shoes, which is another thing in fashion that I really love. So there's a lot about this doll that's really, really eye-catching to me. And I also think the color combination is perfect for a circus theme. And I love where they chose to like highlight certain areas, like this bow right here, and then the shoes being golden. It really brings the doll like a cuter feel, because it makes her seem like a little bit shorter in a way, like very Draculaura-ish, and I think it's adorable. And then the cape is also separate. I can't really take it off because she has this body piece right here, and it's rubber banded on, and I don't really want to take it off because I don't know if I'll be able to get it back on there right by itself. But the cape is removable, and let me show you a little bit of like a sample of what the bodysuit looks like underneath it. So this is what it looks like, and then she has like little fringe in the back, which is really, really cool. It's very like Vegas. It's very circus. And the bodysuit also has gold underlining. And then the tights are really thick. They end right about here. They're really thick, but they're also a little bit loose fitting, not super skin tight, which I think is perfect for this doll. And then and she also has the same glove mold from I believe Fright's Camera Action. Fright's Camera Action. Her name is right there. I don't know why I can never remember it. Phantom of the Opera. Operetta. How can I never remember that? Operetta. Her gloves are the same mold as Fright's Camera Action Operetta. There was also a couple Sweet 1600 dolls that had this hand mold, but it just automatically, the first doll I think of when I see them is Fright's Camera Action Operetta. So, yes. And then she's got like bat earrings, which are really, really cute. Oh my god. I think she's really cool. I think she's really well designed. And I also like the fact that she's a little bit more vibrant than the rest of the Freak du Chic line, but just the right amount where she definitely fits in, but she also stands out where you can tell that she's the collector doll of the series. You can just tell she's just got this this upgraded, upscaled look. And then some other things I want to show. Oh, she came with she came with Count Fabulous. I didn't know that. I didn't know this when I got her. I did not know this until I was opening her. So this came as a shock to me, and I was so happy about that. And Count Fabulous even has a little clown makeup. And then I feel like this kind of, out of all the other Freak to Chic dolls, this reminded me the most of Honey Swamp, since she came with ribbons so that you could like marionette her around. But I believe this is called the Trapeze. Am I right? I don't remember right now. I am having a lot of brain fog right now. That's why every time I try to think of something, I go, I think it was. I know this stuff. I just, brain is not braining sometimes. But it has little bats, which I really do think that the incorporation of like bat-like imagery with her was a smart idea, since she hangs upside down like a bat. Her whole circus talent involves hanging upside down. It's really creative. It seems like something they would have came up with like when Freak to Chic came out. It seems like she was just like another addition just right on in there, which is really, really cool to me. But this little bar for her circus act clips to her hands, her shoe hands, like that. And it's pretty sturdy too on there. And you can hang her upside down. And she is pretty good. She's pretty good on there. I wouldn't trust it with my life, but she is pretty good on there. And it's great for the kind of content I make, because, you know, there's going to be a lot of stuff where she's going to be hanging upside down like this with her little trapeze. And I like that it's pretty secure. And I like the way it looks as well. That pretty much wraps it up for me, everything that I have to say about her. I absolutely love her. Oh, did I show the back of her cape? It has little diamonds on it. Just making sure I showed everything about her. But I love her. She's my favorite doll right now. I could seriously talk about her for like hours. But I do not want to deal with editing and exporting that, because that does not sound very fun for me. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here. But I will have more videos of her up in the future. I have a lot of plans for her and her Freak to Chic friends, so be sure to stay tuned. And I also have a couple other Freak to Chic dolls that I haven't unboxed back in the day, because I have the whole line, but I don't have the whole line unboxed. I only have like four dolls from the line unboxed, so, and I don't have the playset unboxed, so stay tuned if you want to see some retro Monster High, some old school Monster High, and I will be back in another video. Bye everybody.